I'm actually interviewing Mystery pretty soon. What
Yeah,
teachings
he's
for
having a
Mystery?
resurgence. He's
Huh?
having a resurgence, and I'm being interviewed by someone who's doing a documentary on him.
Oh, for real? What's going on with that?
I forget the name of that. I could turn my phone on and look it up. They're going to talk to me for a couple hours on Monday, and I'll be wearing a T-shirt plugging my new AI.
Hey, there we go.
I got it. I
Perfect.
got a T-shirt that says "Speed Seduction AI." So, you know what? If they ask me to take it off, I'll say nope. And they're not. I don't think they're going to go through the trouble of blurring the whole thing for 2 hours, but maybe they will. I don't give a fuck. I was part of a documentary on Vice. Vice came down to San Diego and interviewed me on Friday for 3 hours, and I kept plugging the AI, but they'll do their best to edit it out. I don't think they're going to be able to because I sprinkled it in every 3 minutes.
The master of
Yeah, I've been
inserting.
self-promoting since. Remember that Faith Daniels thing, the MRA,
Yeah,
the P,
yeah.
men's feminist. I was promoting my book back then. I
I remember that's chapter 19 of my book. I remember you saying that. So when
right.
something was
Uh-huh.
happening.
Uh-huh. That thing went super viral. Someone posted it and everyone picked it up. My nephew, one of my nephews, wound up sending me the link.
Mm. In fact, it's still super viral even today. Even just a few weeks ago, I posted one of those clips from that 1992 NBC show, Faith Daniels show, and it got over 1 million views on Instagram. Before that, the most amount of views I got on Instagram was 12,000 or something, but this got 1 fucking million.
I'm a fucking star, dude.
Yeah, 1 million within a week,
You know
by the
what?
way.
That's impressive. I told the interviewer for Vice, I said, I know how to work you, man. I'm going to work the cameras and I'll look right in the camera. And when I was on Dr. Phil said, look at what's in your book. Look at some of this. This is disgusting. I said, okay, what you're doing is you're taking this out of context. All I'm doing is being sensationalistic and 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 exaggerating just like you do with your show when you do teasers to get the audience to tune in, even though the show itself isn't necessarily like what you advertise. He said, that's not true. This show is not edited. What you see is what you get. And I looked right into the camera. I said, camera three, get a close up on me. I look right in the camera, which you're not supposed to do. I pointed, I said, this is a message for everyone at home watching this. If you think that this show isn't heavily edited and even in some ways scripted, I've got swampland for you in Florida. And guess what? They edited that out.
Classic. You know, I've been thinking about that kind of principle because when I was on Just Pearly Things a few months back, like the whole thing was kind of dominated by this woman sitting next to my wife who does OnlyFans. She's young. She's like an orange skinned, fake tan English girl with blonde hair. And she was just like getting all the attention all the time, which is how it happens. I'm not complaining. But I was like, I need to turn this in opportunity into a greater opportunity by making it fucking spicy for lack of a better term. And there were a few ways where I kind of made that happen in the second half of the live stream. One of those ways was she was talking about how she struggles to find a boyfriend because she does OnlyFans. She said something like,
Past relationships, it's made me like feel like I'm maybe won't find a husband.
Why?
You definitely won't now. Do you think that? So
Definitely won't now.
you,
Thanks,
Well,
guys.
that's true.
I'm
but I was like, you definitely won't now. And then
I would
everyone
have said
fucking
something like,
laughed.
I would say more sperm has been spilled over your videos than tears at Martin Luther King's funeral. So shut up.
Holy shit. Another spicy one, and this one was a bit more reasonable,
You can steal that
was
back, boy.
I definitely will write that down. Another spicy moment I had, and this one was more reasonable, was when I was just like looking into the camera and kind of highlighting that other dating coaches don't go on shows with their girlfriend or a date or anything like that. They go on alone. And fair enough. But the spicier part I did was where I said, the fact that my wife has brain cancer, I brought her on the show,
I'm so
and
sorry.
other guys
Ice,
have
Ice,
no.
pause. I'm interrupting, but I'm interrupting in a humane and human way. I'm really sorry that she's suffering. It must be terrifying for you. I'm really sorry. Please
Thanks.
continue.
Yeah, I was kind of highlighting the fact that what she's going through is terrible, of course. And something like that, when it happens to you, you just have to realize that you have no fucking excuses. That you can't talk to a woman because you're short. You can't talk to a woman because your nose is big, because you're a Jew. You can't talk to women because of this, that, or some fucking made up bullshit that's in your fucking head. It's like how I'm talking right now. This is how I get spicy, for lack of a better fucking term. It's being much more direct, but even back in 1992, you knew very fucking well how to do that. So when was the first time you kind of realized you
Well, this
wanted
is a
to do
great
that?
question. This is a great question. I actually cut my teeth, so to speak, and got experience provoking audiences on a local show in Orange County, California, called the Wally George Show. Wally George was this conservative right-wing talk show host in a dinky, rinky little dink, cheesy studio. And he was big for a while in the look up Wally George, you'll see you'll see him. I went on as a Satan worshiper. I went on as a conservative for Satan because I knew that one would really freak him out. I said, yes, I'm a conservative for Satan. I believe in conservative values like violence, revenge, all the things that our sweet Lord Satan. And we were debating about prayer in the classroom. That was a big issue back then. I said, I believe in prayer in the classroom. Prior to this, we had to sneak in the back door through sex, drugs, rock and roll. Now, thanks to you and people like you, we'll march them right in the schoolhouse gate, and soon little children, will be singing the praises of our sweet Satan in the classroom, and the audience just went ballistic. So I learned to do it back then, just for fun, just for shits and giggles. Then when the book came out, I jumped on the show and claimed I was the world's greatest stud, and just infuriated him, got thrown off the show.
The feminists have threatened to kill me because of what I'm revealing in my book. That's why I wear this mask.
Hey, he has this stupid book out, How to Get the Women You Desire into Bed. You know what I bet? If he took the mask out, he couldn't even get a girl into the same room with him.
Well, you know that's nonsense, Wally, because you've taken many an occasion.
Oh. Don't get filthy, you stupid pervert. Now, you think you are some expert on women to write this book? Is that what you think?
That's correct.
Oh.
Well, you know, I've slept with over 5,000 women, Wally. In fact, I see a few of them here in the audience tonight. There are a few of them out here tonight.
Well, obviously, the techniques is not modesty.
Believe me. Hey, that's all he did. That's all he did was sleep, believe me.
The kid Geritol is saying that I sleep?
You claim if men read this idiotic book of yours that they can conquer any woman they choose. Oh, come on.
Well, 9 out of 10, 1 out of 10 is going to slip through their fingers.
You
but
guarantee success for men reading this book?
If they use the techniques in this book, they will dramatically increase their odds. Yes, I guarantee it.
From looking through this raunchy book of yours, I can see that you have a very low regard for women in general. You treat them like pieces of meat, like tramps. You have no regard for women, do you?
Well, let me put it this way. It's a good question. It's a good question.
Well,
No.
give me a good answer.
What I say is that for the average guy is going to be sexually attracted to far more women than he's going to be able to love and respect. That's just a reality, Wally. That's a reality of human biology. Men will do it with anyone who attracts them.
But you have no regard or respect for women.
That's not true. That's not true.
You treat women in this book like they're nothing more than tramps.
Absolutely wrong. What I say is that when it comes to sex, women have a massive power advantage. For women, getting some is a choice. For men, getting some is a chore.
Oh,
if you don't
God.
recognize that, you are going to get your
For
head
you,
beat in.
hey, I have news. For him, getting some is impossible.
And the show is fixed. He told you, he said, okay, at this point, I'll throw you off. I said, okay. Before the show started, I cut my teeth on that. For those who don't know that expression, that means you get your chops, you polish. So I already knew how to do it when I went in on those shows later. When I had a toll-free number, 1-800-666-STUD. 1-800-666-STUD. That was my toll-free number. Don't dial it now. I don't know what it's been disconnected for 35 years, whatever. And then in my family, I grew up in a big Jewish family. And of course, we were debaters and argued. And I got attention by being the goof, the clown, and provoking people. I tried to provoke my mother by saying, Mom, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus. And I was 6 years old. She'd say, what do Christians believe? And I'd say, well, I don't really know. And she would say, okay, go to the encyclopedias. I want a full 2-page report on what Christians believe. By tomorrow morning, if you write a good one, I'll give you a silver dollar. Back then, money was actual silver. And if you don't give me a good one, you're grounded for a week. So I didn't mind. I learned through provoking my mother. Hold on one second. Yeah. You hold on a second?
Yeah.